Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 7th of January 2022. Bit of an odd week this one, to be honest, because obviously we weren't fully back until Tuesday, and then I had yesterday off as well. So it's a bit of a short week, but we still crammed plenty of it in. So anyway, all started on, well, technically Sunday. We had the auction on Sunday night with me and the guys, as you can see down in there. All of the auction stuff has been sent out, I think, now by everybody. I know you've all paid your bills and everything else like that, so thank you very much for that, and everybody who took part in the auctions. So that was a lot of fun down on there. As I say, Monday was technically a bank holiday, and I was out on Monday anyway. So it all really got started on Tuesday for the new year. To be honest with you, we tried a new paint, which didn't exactly work brilliantly well, but it's one of those things. It's an enamel paint, so you've got to get used to the problems with enamel. And to be honest with you, I even had a bit of a play with it again afterwards, and I was having a touching really this here that had dried. Technically it would have been 48 hours. It was still a little bit tacky to touch, and that is obviously the downside with touching and working with enamel paints. Even with rapid drying thinners in there, they do take a little bit longer to dry than other ones do. So if you get like the different versions, really, you've got your true acrylics, then you've got your sort of alcohol based acrylics which work a little bit like lacquers, and then obviously you've got true lacquers, and then obviously you've got your sort of enamel paints in amongst it. And again, they all have their place in the hobby, don't get me wrong. I think like enamels are great for hand painting, but obviously with airbrushing and things like that, they do take a long time to dry. So it is one of those things, if you're using them, just making sure they've got time to totally cure or gas off, as we say, because otherwise, again, if you're overcoating with them as well, sometimes what can happen is you build up too many layers too quickly, it never really goes off. So if you've ever had a situation where you're touching, you know, your model and it just feels tacky all the time, even months afterwards, it's probably just trying to gas off right the way through, because it is basically air drying, and if the air can't get to it and the air can't escape from it and the gases, then it will never totally dry, and that's some of the problems you can get. So again, it's one of those things. I wouldn't write off that paint. It wasn't a total it's rubbish, it's no good. It's just that obviously you need to understand it and work with it like all products to get the most out of it, and that's something where, as I say, I'm a little bit bad. I tend to like just to grab paint, chuck some thinners in it and spray it, and away you go. I don't like to have to sort of play with it like alchemy to get it to work. That's obviously personal choice from everybody who does it. So anyway, that was the Tuesday show. We were obviously answering your questions and the bits and pieces of it as we went along like that. Then obviously on Wednesday we had the PM show with me and Matt and Andy. Obviously all things that's new. We were discussing what we're hopeful is coming out, with all the different kit manufacturers, and lots of you have sent me details on other manufacturers we didn't cover and other things that are coming out. Thank you very much for that. It's one of those things, we just grab what we can see off the top of the bat. We're not privy to obviously information, and as you know, we've got various manufacturers have also said what's coming out. Academy doing an A10C, so again, that was really, didn't know anything about that until this morning, but that looks to be really nice, and Academy are coming out with some really nice releases as well, so we're looking forward to all of those as well. So anyway, that was the Tuesday show on there. Matt has also put up part 1 of his next build, which is obviously the Dragon Sherman. It's one of the Smart Kit ones as well, so he's done a video build on this one, so you can follow along on the PM YouTube channel. Obviously it'll be here on Flory Models as well, so you can have a look at that particular one. It is a free to watch, anybody can watch that one as you make your way through with that. So that really is Tuesday done. As I say, Thursday it was my other half's 50th birthday, and we also got engaged as well, so that was our thing for yesterday. So we spent the day out and about, and then obviously we were out for dinner last night, so there was no Thursday show. Don't panic, he'll be back with you next week as we make our way through. And then today I've been working on, if I just put the camera down in here, on this little lump just down in here. So down in here, if I can get it to work, come on, why aren't we working? There we go. So there we go. We have started on the Hurricane. So this is the Monster Hurricane, which is the 1/24th scale trumpeter one, which I promised that we'd start into this year. So we've already done the panels. We've got some of the parts in there like that. We've got the instrument panel in there and some of the ones I'm just about to do this afternoon after doing this. We're going to start actually on the seat belts for it, so we'll be going through the motions of those, and then what we're going to do once we've got it somewhat together, we're going to add more detail. So we're going to do some more wiring in here, a little bit of scratch building, just to really add the final details down in here to this cockpit. So when it is going in here, and then when we have got it in, like this, we'll have something looking very, very smart with all the details onto that one. So it should be a lot of fun. As I said before, this year's sort of themes is sort of go big and go home. So we're doing large scale ones. We're doing 32nd scale. We're obviously doing 24th scale. We are still going to be doing, though, don't forget, some 72nd scale stuff. We are doing 48 scale as well. But what we're going to be doing is throwing a bit of aftermarket at this time. So no more just sort of straightforward out the boxes. We're going to be doing scratch building, adding detail where we think it needs it, perhaps some custom work with some of the builds as well, right the way through. So to get us going this year, what we thought we'd do is start off with the biggest project that we'll be doing. So this is this one. So again, fully detailed stuff. We're going to be adding more detail and wiring and obviously hosing, stuff like that for the engine as well. So we can show off that gorgeous engine down in there and all the other bits. And we'd say we've got aftermarket, so we've got seat belts, we've got instrument panel, we've got guns for it, we've got other bits and pieces as well to throw at this particular one. And then again, fantastic weathering job right the way through it as well, which is the fun bit. We should end up with something really, really nice. Straight off the back of this, you know me, I am going to be starting on the Hornet as well. So we're doing the 132nd Ravels Hornet, which I know lots of people, for some reason, I was getting hate for it, and I don't understand why, were, saying about the Ravels Hornet is awful and all the rest of it. And so I'm going to build it because that's what we like to do. We want to see how bad it is, why it won't go together, and how we can actually make it work if it has got a problem, and how we can fix some problems with it as well. So we've got a bit of aftermarket coming for that one as well. I've already got some colour photo etch, various bits and pieces for it, just to liven it up, but we're looking forward to doing that one as well. I've also got some seats coming for it and some other bits and pieces as well. So that one should be a lot of fun working on those. So they're the first two builds of the year going forward with it as we make our way on. So again, it should be a lot of fun working with these bigger projects, going through with these ones. Again, we've got some really interesting ones coming up. We've got a Sky Raider in 32nd coming up this year. We got F-15C, which we're going to be modernising and going through the motions of that. We've got lots of other Hornets coming up as well. We've got some Japanese Phantoms. Again, we've got some classic stuff. We've got ultra modern stuff as well. So it should be a lot of fun as we go through. Again, we've got all the kit reviews coming your way. So I have to thank Copper State Models who sent me this little gem which turned up. I'll get a review of this one done for you probably on Tuesday as well, so we can just see how good this one is. But they are beautiful kits. If you haven't seen Copper State before, have a look at our other reviews and you'll know just how good these kits are. So a big thank you for those for sending that one over, and obviously we'll be getting that one out to you. Speaking of which, we've got a few things that we couldn't cover really on the Wednesday show, but we do want to bring to your attention. One of them is these. So we've got a pre-order up on the forum for the Flory Models members for the discounted price for the actual drills. So these are the great, because these are, as you would have seen, I've used it today, that's why it's here. These are the variable speed drills. They're cordless and all the rest of it, rechargeable and all the rest of it, USB powered. They're fantastic. Again, we had a bit of trouble getting them for a while, but they're back in as well. So we're going to be putting in an order for these probably next week. So if you put your name down for it ASAP onto the forum, we can go through it on those. There is a couple of other bits and pieces on there to speak about. As I say, we're on a sort of limited time for them. So in here, one of them is the Ravels. It's been confirmed that it's a 1/9 scale. So technically it's not going to be the Bandai one for this one as well. So we've got the pre-order price coming up with this one. So it's the Bounty Hunter diorama for it. But again, this is actually 1/9 scale, not the 1/12 scale I thought it was going to be as well. So we've got the pre-order is up onto the actual site for that one. So if you want to grab that one, grab it there as well. This is the one for the drill. So again, members, you'll get it obviously at the discounted price on these as well. So you can grab yourself one of those there. So they'll be back in stock ASAP as well. And there's a couple of other things as well. So we've got Boba Fett ship as well. So we've got the price for those ones coming up and all of those. So again, I know it's a little bit late and it's not really this show, but unfortunately the information came in yesterday after the Wednesday show, and we are on a sort of tight, limited schedule for getting these ordered as well. So if you want to get those in, grab those just as soon as you possibly can on there. Speaking of which, obviously with the PM side of things as well, we've got the special section and the new arrivals. So you can see those down in there. We'll get these fully updated for you next week. As I said, everyone's sort of getting back into the swing of things at the moment. But again, we've got these which we spoke about on Wednesday. We've got the Russian shuttle as well down there, the Baran as well. So some really nice stuff coming in through on the PM side of things on that one. So yes, and that is about it for this week. So quite short and sweet. Part one of obviously the Hurricane is up with you right now. You can see that one, and also if you haven't seen it already, you've got part one of Matt Sherman. I'll link them down in the show notes down below for today as well, so you can find those nice and easy. Say part two of this one will be up with you, which will probably get you to about here with the painting and weather inside of it done on Monday. I'll get the harnesses done and get this pinned together, and then we can work on the engine as the next stage, which will be up with you next Friday. That gives me a little bit of time to get on with the actual Hornet, because hopefully those next parts will be in for that for the Hornet, and we can start on that one next week as we're making our way through. So lots and lots to come on this one. This year, say, is going to be a full-on year. We've got big plans. We've got new stuff coming down the line. We've got the new merch system coming in soon. We've got new products coming out. So stay tuned. It should be quite an exciting year. But most of all, I intend to do a hell of a lot more modelling, and it'd be great to have you guys follow along as well, and also be following along with your great work. Just to speak of, obviously, we've got the new group builds and SIGs. They started, so they're off as well. So we've got the 70s one that started and up and running, and we've got the limited conflict SIG as well. That one is up and started. Remember, no one sent me any names and addresses for anything yet until I'm in a position to ask for them for the medals for the closing of the actual SIGs, sorry, the group builds I should say, from last year as well. But I intend to get those ones done and everything next week, so we'll get them done. So we've got the videos for it, so watch out for those next week, and obviously I'll be in contact with you probably on Tuesday for all your details for sending out the last of the medals for the actual group builds from last year. So that's about it from me. Good start, as I say, short week, done plenty, and looking forward to this year, and I hope you are too. As always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until Monday, everybody, happy modelling, take care.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted.